So I do think we're live now, which it has been a while since we were live, which is sad. But yeah, I do hope next year we will have more live streams again. But it's just very difficult with the children. So doing my best, but here we are, live streaming again. Let me actually set up everything correctly. Ah, there it was, the live stream. Beautiful live stream we've got going to recap the year of 2024. 2024 was so cool. Hi Israel and hi the perfect idiot. It's been a great year. Yeah, it has been a great year. Like for the channel, it has been a brilliant year. Privately, it has been a very busy year, I can tell you that. But yeah, it has been a lot of fun. Let's actually put the chat into the other window so I can reply to you quicker. I've really missed the live streams. Like normally, I don't know if you remember, like before my children were born, I did them every Friday. Every Friday we did like 3 hours live streams. It was so much fun, but with the children waking all the time, like we did try watching Attack on Titan. I still want to do that. Like don't think I forgot that. We will do that, but it's just like when they're sick, then they're not sick, but they don't sleep through the night and it's all a bit busy. But I really do like having them around, obviously, so it's not that bad. But yeah, hi James. So we're doing a live stream, so this is not pre-recorded for once. I really miss reading Tower of God and Wheel of Time as well. I will do that in the future again, but some stuff has come up that does not make it work currently, let's say it like that. So that's how it is. But yeah, I do hope you all had a great year. Like, it's not over yet, but because we get, I get some visitors tomorrow. I can't stream tomorrow. I wanted to stream tomorrow in the first place, but I just was like, no, we get people over. They will sleep in this room where I record. So I can't record, obviously, because that would that would actually annoy them so much, I think. So yeah. Hi, Sari. Yeah, I do hope you all have a great year. We'll have a great year. I hope your year has been great as well. Like, I don't know. Like for me, it was so much going on. Like with the children and moving. Like I moved through half the country. That was exciting, but also stressful. And yeah. Oh yeah, Chainsaw Man. Isn't Chainsaw Man? Do they have their new season announced? Or is something out? I do know. Like someone told me Solo Leveling is starting again in, I think, a week. So yeah. Oh, perfect idiot. Happy birthday then. Cheers to you. I can toast with this bottle of water. So let's do that, because I never drink alcohol on stream. So I wouldn't do that. Also, I will release the Death Note finale probably on New Year's Eve. So you have some fun stuff to do. I don't know, like with streaming with the children, I do post them on Instagram, but I also blur their faces because, you know, it's like they're just babies. I don't want them exposed or anything. Like, you know, it's yeah. Oh, it will be a movie. That's cool. So if there's gonna be a Chainsaw Man movie, I will react to that, definitely, like, obviously. So so Rain in the US, I hope you're all right as well. Hope you had a good year. Yeah. Like, I know there's some very cool stuff coming out. And I'm currently watching, like, so what I'm currently recording is a Monster, Evangelion, and Steins Gate. And I wanted to, like, I planned on finishing Steins Gate already till this point, but it's just like I was sick for 2 weeks and my children were sick and there was Christmas days, and so I didn't get it done. But, you know, it's like, it's a bit sad, but man, I really hate like watching something and not being able to watch on. Like normally I would binge stuff. Like when I was in university, like we had some semester breaks, and I didn't sleep for 2 days and just binged stuff. So it's very, very hard to like record 2 episodes and just be like, okay, gonna go to sleep now. Hi Blitzdrake, that's a cool name. Lightning Drake. So are you from FromSoft games? Yeah, I didn't react to the trailer for the new Elden Ring 2, but man, I love that trailer. Can tell you that much. Like, there's so much cool stuff. Anime I plan on reacting to in the future. I do think I will probably do Full Metal Alchemist. The problem is I've watched 8 episodes. I did rage quit it when I watched it because of the dude that dies in the phone booth. I'm sorry if I spoiled something, but there's a dude. Let's just say there's a dude that dies in the phone booth. And there was some stuff before. It was like, what the frick is going on? Like, Edward. But I rage quit that because it was one of my first anime I tried, and like I couldn't cope with characters actually dying, because in Western like children TV I watched before, no one died. So hi Miriam. Yeah, I mean Monster, I can tell you that much. Like I watched episode 1 of Monster, and I do think it's an hour reaction because the world building is so good. I recognize so much German stuff there, and I go on so many tangents. It's like mad because it's very, very true to that time, like the 80s in Germany. And I do know a lot of stuff about them, so you will get a lot of history lessons about Germany, I guess. I mean, normally it's like for the first episodes, like first 3 episodes, I do probably talk a really lot, like even more than usual. So you will get like longer reactions there, but in Monster, man, Jesus Christ, I do think those will be very long, all of them. I love it already. Like, I just watched episode 1. Don't know why it's called Monster, but so, oh yeah, oh my god, yeah, Bad Purse. It is recorded. I recorded it 2 months ago, actually, the Frieren stuff. I just didn't edit it because if you remember, I add in the words as they're spoken in the anime, and I do have the timestamps, but I never got around to, because it would take me like probably 4 hours to edit it, and I wanted to edit the current stuff all the time. So, but it is recorded. It is an hour. Like the Frieren Core 2 explanation is an hour, and it is recorded, but I didn't get around to edit it yet. I really do hope I will edit it next year. That sounds so weird to say. Oh man. Oh. Oh. Oh, did the stream die? I mean, I don't know. It shouldn't die because normally my internet is pretty good now because I live in a very big city. I just don't know. Yeah, I mean, I could have done the German Ich bin das ein Land, but I'm not doing that. I love Palpatine. He's one of my favorite villains. So yeah, so you can watch Long Monster, of course. So hi Yarford, yeah. I do hope you have a great year as well. Yeah, it is like, oh my I might have to interrupt sometimes in the stream because my daughters are very, very light sleeping today. They're just coughing. Hope they're just coughing. Okay, I do think she's just coughing. Okay. Hi Josh, I'm very good. Just very stressed actually because the last days were very busy with Christmas stuff, visiting families with like 1-year-old children. It's not that fun. Yeah, man, like so Monster is already, it feels like Attack on Titan. In like, I remember watching episode 1 of Attack on Titan, and I was immediately like, this is brilliant. I fucking love it. And in Monster, I had the same feeling as in Attack on Titan. I had the same feeling in Frieren as well. So, yeah, it's like, yeah, Denanen was on the schedule, but I couldn't squeeze it in. Because the problem with, I do think it's ongoing. So the problem is that I have to pump it out every week, and I have to do sets, and like it's a lot of stress. I will probably do Denanen next year. Yeah, I hope I will. So, hi Anthony. Yeah, thanks. Happy New Year. But don't wish it yet because it's not New Year yet. Because I have to do the stream a bit earlier. Than I do think last year I streamed on New Year's Eve. I do think perhaps I will do it this year. I probably no, I can't because people are sleeping in this room. So anyway, so yeah, I do hope Dan and Dan is next year. Actually, I really do hope that because I don't know, someone told me it's cool and it's horror a bit. So yeah. I mean, is you are a fraud? Perhaps he is actually. Perhaps Pernida is from Yawak. I don't know though. I think the Quincy stuff. We will get that in Core 4. We will get a heavy lore flashback stuff, and I do think it's connected to the portal we see. I know, like it's the portal of spoilers. It's the portal that I will do it in spoilers, so the people who know. So the person, when the person goes down, there's a portal he uses to face a certain person sitting down, and that's the same portal here. But I always thought it would get reused. So yeah, I will probably watch Brotherhood because Perfect Idiot, because I do think that's the manga one. I want to see the manga one. Like I watched Guns way back when, and that deviated from the manga, and then I read the manga one. Manga was so much better. Like I loved Guns. So, is Germany good for living? For a student, yes. Like if you have your loans, the problem is if you go to a big city, it might be hard to get a flat or a place to stay. But normally you do have associations that help you. So like in the towns I was studying and teaching in, you would have organizations, communities that help people from abroad, especially to find places, because the university cities are very open and very welcoming to students from abroad. And I mean, I worked, like some of my colleagues are from abroad, so they found places to stay as well. So I do think it's probably easier than for Germany, actually, which is interesting. But yeah, so. Hi, Camilo. Yeah, my 2024 was exhausting, but awesome. So. Hi, Nitori. I hope I pronounce all your names. So, yeah, Death Note is... I really like Death Note. Like, I do think in the end I gave it an 8 out of 10. I did struggle with the Higuchi stuff and the Yotsuba arc really hard. And there were themes explored I really loved, but it was weird because it didn't really fit. You know, it's so weird, but all in all. But I watched the Netflix movie, You Will Get That next week. And I fucking, like, that was so fucking bad. You will see my pain. It's like horror. Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0? No, I've not. That sounds interesting. I fucking love Yu-Gi-Oh! I really do love Yu-Gi-Oh! One of my first anime. When I didn't even know what an anime is. So. High World Production. Yeah, well, all the best to Belgium. So you're already at 10 p.m. as well. Hope you sleep okay. Sorry, still but 6. So, how do names feel in my language? Ehrenjäger. That's so weird. Yeah, that's an interesting point, Blitzstrike. If a name is in German, like I do talk, like I explain names in German, but they are just names. Like it's weird. Like they're not the meanings they have in normal language to me. It's just their names. It's their characters, their personalities, all in one, you know? Like for the Frieren names, you would assume every name is like, they are just putting in nouns of my language, but no. Like Frieren is a character. Frieren is this mage, and I have her personality in my head, and it's like if I hear the word Frieren in German normally, it doesn't even connect to the Frieren. I mean, there is a thematic link, of course, you know, because it's like, I explained that in length, but, you know, so, yeah, I will, James, I will probably do the lectures of Steins Gate visual novel. The problem with Let's Plays, I will actually go to the Patreon questions they had for me. Let me go, oh no, that's my channel. We can go through that as well. So I will just, I had 5 questions. We will go through them as well. I do think there was a question about Let's Plays, I think. Someone asked that. I think James asked this. No, I will. Yeah, Roro asked it. So shouts to Roro. He asked if I consider doing gaming content. Like, I have done some gaming content. But it's like no one's watching it. That's basically why I don't really do it. Like, I do like it. Like, every time a new game comes out, I'm like, yeah, let's play it. Like I did with Wukong. But I always struggle with keeping it up. And like, games are mostly even more recording time. Like, if I would do this for my main job, I would obviously do more Let's Plays as well in live streams. But like, it's like I squeeze in 2 hours or 1 hour every day, doing something to like somehow get videos out and to relax a bit, or to shout at the screen. I like that. It's relaxing as well. So, yeah. My name is Malty. Yeah, it is. I also, did I post my papers? I do think on the Discord there are some papers of mine. I don't know if I put the name, like my real name. I'm a bit, I don't know. It's still weird. I'm from this generation where putting out your name on the internet was like, you don't do that. No, don't do that. Like, so I'm just used to not doing it. But yes, I'm Marty. Like but my the other name, my last name. I mean, you can probably just Google me and you will find me on my university page and all. Like, obviously, but like, I will not make it easy, but I also don't make it impossible. So, they say you need to be always to be Sulking candidate like Ichigo, and Adineus should be Quincy. Yeah, but I do think Adineus is something more primal, because we also know of the primal darkness and the primal ocean, which is very, very in line with cultures. So yeah. Silo, I've heard really good stuff about that. And Foundation, when it's out, I don't know when it's out. Season 1 was in parts awesome and in parts really crap. I was very, very, like, you saw, like, I do have Foundation Season 1 reactions, and yeah, so I mean, if you visited Deutschland, you would probably not drink that much. I don't know. Drinking is not that big here. Like, you do drink with your friends sometimes in pubs, but they are getting more and more expensive. Like, you can't. So, but sometimes you just grab a like what is it called? Like a bottle, not a bottle, like the thing where the bottles are in with beer. So if you want some beer recommendations, you can ask me. Yeah. So yeah, Aki, oh, and Aki, when you're here in the chat, I can immediately answer your question. So did any of my students recognize me in my reactions? No. They so when I worked at my first university, they all knew I was doing the channel, but I had like 100 subs. And they were like, oh no, I don't like horror. That's too scary for me. Because I mainly did horror stuff. You probably know. Like, my first reactions are horror reactions, because I just love horror as a genre. And I actually felt when I wrote my book, like the book that's almost finished now, there are some really heavy horror scenes in that. You can bet on that. And it's just like, I need that somewhere in my writings. I just love horror. So yeah, and all of them, my students were like, yeah, man, I didn't like horror because I wanted to push some views, you know. That's how you do it in the beginning. You ask your friends and colleagues and stuff. Because I do think I have very, very good relationships with the students. Because I try my best to advise them. Okay, so I mean, but now I changed my university. So at the new university, I don't know. I don't even know if they still watch YouTube. I mean, if they do, that's fine. Like, they can ask me stuff. I don't mind. It's just a hobby. My colleagues do know. My new colleagues do know. Like, and my supervisor, like not my supervisor, my boss. He also knows. He's a very good friend of mine as well, and he knows. So, so let me see. Yeah, the Netflix, like, for the Netflix movie next week, Death Note Netflix movie. Like, I remember it. It starts with Vertigo Productions, and I said, is this gonna give me vertigo? And it did. Like, holy shit, that was so bad. Like, they misunderstood almost every character. And the sad thing is, and you will see it, I think it's 1.5 hour or 2 hour reaction, but it's like, man, they did try some good stuff though. they did try some good stuff. Anyway, yeah, the Hogwarts Legacy playthroughs. And so, man, I didn't even finish that game. It got too repetitive. I did finish Wukong, by the way, 100%. I did play through it 3 times, and after the first playthrough, it was just a piece of cake. Like, the game was... I don't think it was Game of the Year worthy. For me, Game of the Year this year was Astrobot. The Astrobot thing, the big one. I liked the Elden Ring DLC as well. I finished that 100% as well with my friends, like with my wife and a very good friend. And it was cool as well, but it was too empty for me. So I don't know. So my Game of the Year was actually Astrobot. That was awesome. Like, I loved Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie, so yeah. So yeah, there might be a delay. I don't know. It's YouTube. Cowboy Bebop. I might watch it, but I don't know if it's too stylized. I do think I watched 5 minutes of episode 1 at my brother-in-law told me that I should watch it. And my brother-in-law, I do think we have a very similar taste, and he's really awesome. Like, I really like him a lot. And he actually recommended Sandman to me. So my Sandman reactions are because of him, and I loved Sandman. That was an awesome show. So I might do Bebop in the future, but I don't know if it's voted on Patreon. I think I might veto it as I did Arcane. Like, the Arcane reactions are because I wanted to watch it. So anyway. Yeah, Tekken, I don't know. I do know that Tekken is called Matthew. Yes, I do know that. Mr. Tomo, I don't know his name. Elite Ace, I do think he said his name as well. But I mean, those are the big reactors, like Mr. Tomo and Tekken. Like, I watched Tekken a lot. He was fun, but he didn't take it seriously enough for me in those days. And when the end came, he did criticize the stuff that was to be criticized, obviously, but I didn't like it. It made it a bit worse to read the chapters. So, but I really loved his content. I watched it every week. So, yeah. Tsuwave. So you should, like, if you love horror, check out my horror stories. They're on YouTube, read by a brilliant voice actor. And the one I wrote when my children were born is probably the best piece of writing I did. So if you listen to that story, you know what writing style the book will be, and that will come out next year. And the book, I do think you will all like it, because it does have many parts of the shows I watched as well, like thematically. Like, it's not copying anything, it's a completely new idea, but I found places where I'm like, yeah, this is exactly like in Bleach or in Star Wars, or this is exactly like in Frieren. And it was fun to discover. It was so funny. So anyway, Core 4. When is Core 4? I don't know. I hope it's next year. But Core 4 will be almost completely new stuff. Like, I would estimate we have 4 episodes left of manga chapters. People have told me, no, the Askin and the Gerard fight will be more, but no. If you read the manga chapters, most of it is action, and they go by very quickly. So it would be like the Kyoraku fight against Lily is like... How many chapters is there? Let me watch it up. I'll read it up. Anyway, I can't pronounce this, obviously. Oh, God. Oh. Sorry. No one saw that. Is there no... Let's see if they have... Okay, I don't know what this is. This is stupid. Why is there no... Where's the Bleach Wiki? Oh, here. I think that's here. Oh no, this is the start of the Thousand Year Blood War. Headless Star, Friend. Oh, there was Friend, yeah. It was not that much. 1... Oh no, it's... I do think it was 2 episodes, and it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9. But it was... I do think they added a lot of... Did they add stuff? No. Okay, perhaps it's not. Perhaps I'm talking rubbish here. Perhaps I'm talking rubbish. Sorry. But I do think the chapters go by very quickly, so Oh, Toei made the first. So did Toei do a faithful adaptation of Yu-Gi-Oh? I know some manga panels that are really harrowing, you know. So, and Mariam, there is. I would say the Kingdom live action is awesome. I like the Kingdom live action. Like there's a manga. I think it's still ongoing. Like I don't read it because I'm waiting for it to end, but it has a very good adaptation. I hope I seem like a great guy. Sometimes I'm an asshole. You can see that during the Higuchi reaction of Defna. Nah, I try to be a good guy at least. I think that's worth something. So someone streaming ranting. I mean, if someone doesn't like Ashwood, fine. I mean, it's fine. I loved it. It's brought me back to what it is what I wanted Yooka-Laylee to be, and Yooka-Laylee disappointed me a bit. So yeah. Johann Bach Blitzdrake is also the first name we got in the translations. First it was Johann Bach, then it was Juha Bach, and then it was Yahweh as well. Because I mean it's a Christian god. I mean it's obviously where it's from. GTA 6 and Elder Scrolls 6, yeah, that's we're gonna wait for that. So Mob Psycho was also on my list. I've not watched it. I've watched One Punch Man and I've read the manga until the end of the Garo arc things. So at Suwave, I've read lots of manga. So if you want a manga recommendation, and I just thought about it yesterday, Siren. It's shonen, but I loved it. Siren was one of my first niche shonen mangas I read. So Me-Side? No, I've not heard about that. I don't know what it is. Yeah, like I do think Gerard and Askin is like what happens in the Askin fight. I will not spoil it. There is the cat stuff, and then there's the restitching stuff, and all of that is one episode. That's not 2 episodes. That's 1 episode because it's so quick. And Gerard is just Oni and growing up. That's all there is in the manga. So yeah. Usogui, I have not read that. No. That sounds cool though. I have to look it up. I'm currently reading Death Note, the manga. The manga's better than the anime already. Like the only thing that is a bit weird is it's still there. Is the schedule, the school schedule that Light uses. And in the manga, he's just like, yeah, I'll just do it because who will find it out or something like that. It was like. It was also a fair there, but other than that, many things I criticized in the anime were fixed in the manga. So, my favorite episode of the Bleach Third Core was probably. Man, I can't decide. I do think it is Shadows Gone. I do think it's Shadows Gone. I like Baby Hold Your Hand 2 a lot as well. Those 2 were peak. All episodes, though, were peak. Like, everything was 10/10 to me. So, hi, Zataken. All the best to Poland as well. I'm close. I do think I could do a road trip to Poland one day. I hope I do that with my daughters. Yeah, Ugram does not have full Almighty. Yeah. Sorority, yeah, Monster is next year. It's probably starting in a 3rd week of January. I've recorded episode 1 already. It's awesome. Like episode 1 of Monster already is peak. Like I do think that's gonna be on Attack on Titan level. It's just a feeling, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I do think in Bleach, though, we will get so much more stuff. And I do think now that we have Nikita's name and stuff, we will probably get the flashback, the first invasion complete. So, let's go to some of the questions. Yeah, like the gaming content is, as I said, I like it. I might do visual novel. Like I will do the lectures of Steins Gate because I am interested in that. So yeah. So James is asking a very big question. Are there any anime moments or anime in general that from this year that you found to be memorable or stood out? I do think all of it stood out. I liked everything. And with some of the stuff, I felt a bit let down. A very bit, a tiny bit. But I do think there was a disconnect in Vinland Saga in the end a bit. Because it felt, I don't know, I had a hard time with the Vinland Saga reactions because I do think it's just something you have to experience and not comment on that much. And I commented on it a lot. And I do think I didn't get into the mood in the end. Because Knut still does not make sense to me what he did in the end. Like attacking the farm and stuff. It's like, and in the end he's like, hey, if I attack the farm, I'm not going to do that. I would lose farmhands that work for me. And I was like, yeah, I've been telling you for 6 episodes now. Like, it's like, that was, I don't know. But other than that, like, let's actually, James's comments, I wanted to use that to like just go through what we had this year a bit. So, oh God, so much stuff. We'll just quickly skip through some of the stuff. It feels like last year when I watched Attack on Titan, but I watched it this year. So. Oh my God. The Annie episode was this year? What? Oh my God, it feels like ages ago. Holy shit. Yeah, I do think I started Frieren around this time. So let's count Frieren in. Like Frieren episode 1, that was awesome. Like that was absolute peak. Absolute peak. So Blindstrike, I've heard it was leaks. But I've heard it leaked last core. I think I've seen on Reddit after, like, I go to Reddit after I watch the episodes to see the discussions, and see there I was sipping some non-alcoholic juice. But no, jokes aside, I do think Nikita's name was leaked during the Ichibe flashback. I saw it there. I've known it. I think, like, I've not known it. Like, I've heard people call her Nikita, but I didn't know if it was true until then. So, yeah. So anyway, so we had like these things were like yeah, I liked Chainsaw Man here. That was cool. But man, these episodes, like the Annie stuff in the forest, and this was just such a banger. And Frieren, like this alone is so much peak here. All of this is so much peak, man. That was memorable as shit. I did stop Wheel of Time readings. I will tell you one day, but I hope that day does not come soon. And we will get back to Wheel of Time. So, hi Berke, thank you for the kind words. Yes, thank you. I try my best. So, so what did we have? Yeah, Frieren and Attack on Titan is like absolutely awesome. Solo Leveling was also like really good. I liked that a lot. Oh God, yes, freaking ape, man. I'm getting mad again at the ape. That was so much fun, raging at the ape. Yeah, man, this is like, we had some fun things. Oh, I still did. Man, this video, like, it was like, Luton talked about Warhammer 40k lore and the warp, and I did a physics analysis of the Warhammer 40k here. Only 1,000 people watched it. Only, I mean, that's a ton. Like, I wouldn't have even thought that people would watch it. Like, but so yeah, but that was also a very cool thing to watch. Yeah, by the way, this episode, man, I remember, I do think this was my first controversial reaction when I was like, Mikasa, I don't give a shit what you're doing right now. And I still believe that on the first time watch, that episode's really jarring in the end. But when you know the whole story, it's really brilliant. I really loved it. Yeah, see, I did a video on interesting comments because people were like so mad that I was like, yeah, I don't care about Mikasa. Hannes just died and he just did die. And yeah, anyway. So But yeah, those, like, that was cool. It was so cool. Tower of God was also cool, but I've put it on hold because I couldn't record it anymore, like time things. Yeah, and I started Vinland Saga. That was awesome. Really awesome. What else did I do here? Man, that day, man, that episode, 2 hours reaction to a 20-minute episode. Who does that? Gary, yes, I do this, like, he will get it, we will see it, but either in hell or in extension. I do think, though, an extension. So yeah, it's the wife effect. Of course, we get the weird hot girl Kinji. So Eren did nothing wrong. I would heavily dispute that. But I did heavily dispute it for probably 20 hours during the reaction. So Moro, my book will be, so the thing is, the draft is almost done. It will be about 700, 800 pages. It is fantasy, horror, slice of life, adventure, many genres mixed. And I will probably do a Kickstarter in summer next year because I want it edited, because I know self-published, I will self-publish it because, like, there are several reasons why I can't publish a book. Obviously, if you know the publishing landscape now, it's some surface level reasons, let's put it like that. So I have to self-publish it, and I want a good editor to read it, and I want to translate it into English and German, and I want it perhaps as an audiobook. So that's why I will probably do a Kickstarter on, because I do think it's worth it. Like, I do think when it's gone through some editing, some heavy editing, it will be probably one of the best books you've read. Or, like, it's book one of a story arc. The whole story is planned out, but anyway, enough of the self-advertisement. So, yeah. Yes, I remember that. That also, I do think in hindsight, the episode 7 thing, like, it was an okay-ish episode in the end. I really did go a bit too hard on it, I feel, nowadays. But there was a saying I didn't understand as a saying. I took it literal because I didn't know the saying. It was about them being related. But I do still think there are heavy writing issues in the Jinx and Echo episode. But I do like the idea they were going for. But the way they did the idea they were going for flat to me. And there were many little things that led to that, actually. And I do think I've pinpointed most of them currently, because I really thought so much about that episode, because everyone seemed to love it. And I know why you would love it. I love the idea as well now that I understand it, but I do think the execution was absolute rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. But that was the flaws in that episode were also flaws that plagued the other 2 episodes, and that's why I thought it was writers' things. And then I looked it up, and yes, they fired all the writers save for 3 for the last act, and they needed more editing, I think. But I do think their ideas and plays were okay in most things. So. Yeah, Swears, do watch Bleach 1,000 Year Blood War. It's one of the best anime that's ever been done. So, no, Blitzray, I wouldn't have his island neuter sterilized. Why would that happen? That's just him telling that. In Attack on Titan, the funny thing is that most of the things that you think will happen are the people on the island thinking. And it's very realistic. I love it. Like, it's a good thing, but the Eren stuff I've discussed at length. I don't think I will start it today again, because we will be here an hour again discussing Eren. I love Eren, but he's a dumb idiot in the end. And he knows. That's why I love it in the end, that he realized it. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Busby is... I have to be honest, I never really felt that bad for Busby. I felt bad for the... like, in that he did really nasty stuff. I don't have this... It's the same with Grimjo as well. Grimjo is a fun character, but he's not one of my favorites, because he's like... He did some really fucked up evil shit, and suddenly he's friend. And I get why, because there are themes that go along with it, and that's why it works. But Busby as well, like he's really like he killed Kira. Like I know he's a dead man walking now, but you know what I mean? It's like I never connected with Busby. I connected more with Haschwald, I think, because his past was extremely traumatic. I do have a friend that had a similar past, and I know what it does to you. So like, and it's terrifying. But Busby is just like, cool dude, yeah, I'm cool. Shoot you with fire, I'm cool. I don't shoot me, Busby fans, and then he's like, I mean, I like that the anime gave him more motivation, like his family being shot, massacred and stuff. His mother being shot by Nikita, like that was all news. So that was really good. It deepened him, and I liked him more there. But yeah, no. Yeah, I do think Visors will get against Gerard first, and I hope Love uses his Bankai. That's what I would love to see. And I hope Hachi-san Pact will be revealed. So, yeah. Lost Agent Arc. I have to say Lost Agent Arc had awesome animation. Awesome animation. Yeah. That was really good. Yeah, like, no, did Ymir free the pig? Yeah, I mean, Ymir obviously freed the pigs on purpose. Yeah, Ymir freed the pigs on purpose. I remember, yeah. It's like... yeah, Charles Ju, I do agree completely. Arcane Season 1 is perfection to me, like one of the best pieces of writing I've ever seen. It compares to Westworld Season 1 to me, which is also one of the best pieces of writing I've ever seen. Season 2 came close, and then the Act 3 happened, and there were faults in the writing. They did everything in subtle hints. And if you see my comments, many people were like, but it was subtly hinted at that X was happening, and that was the major story beat you were supposed to take home. No, the major story beat has to also be spelled out. I'm sorry, it has to be. Because otherwise people are guessing. Because there were people, it was so funny, I was arguing with people that were like, Echo didn't change during the flashback, and were like, it showed that he didn't change, and that was his character. And other people were arguing me that no, Echo changed. He saw that they were still good in Jinx. Like, and those two people did get the same thing from the same subtle fucking hints, man. Don't come at me with fucking subtle hints. I love them when you go back and there are subtle hints and was like, yeah, it was prepared. That's cool. I love that. But it was just subtle hints. Anyway, also, we did have Three Body Problem, which was awesome. And you should read the book. So, Gary Hachi always had that Zanpakuto. He also had that Zanpakuto in Winter War. Hachi's Zanpakuto has been known to be in that box since he was first shown to use this weird mask, like the lion mask. But yeah. Oh. Yeah, the red and the Warworld. I didn't mind it that much, the red and black, so... yeah, that as well, perfect. Like the Haschwald stuff was beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, I would also love to have a Bleach game that explores the story more. I do hope for Rebirth of Souls next year. That will be hopefully cool. Yeah, like Arcane Season 1 is absolute perfection. I will watch it with my wife, hopefully, so yeah. Season 2 is very impressive of Arcane. But the thing is with Arcane Season 2 as well is they did sometimes do style over substance. Like the whole Jinx as a hero arc was in a flashback. And all the Piltover stuff was basically done away with, so... I have watched Made in Abyss Season 1 with my wife, and we were both like, what the fuck are we watching? We thought it was a children's thing, and... yeah, I don't know. I don't think Tessa can... like, Tessa has to do a lot of preparations for Time Stop, so... A Bleach Souls-like game would be awesome, yeah, that's true. But I do like Brave Souls as well, though I've stopped it a bit because the pulling was ridiculous, so, yeah. Anyway, what else was there? Let's go. Yeah, man, that was one of the best episodes as well, like the Anna episode, I remember that. That was awesome, man. Oh, I watched the One Piece world building. That was also cool. Man, all of that was this year. Holy shit. Yeah, Tower of God as well. Man, I need to finish that. But I can't wait. Yeah, Wukong, like I said, Wukong was pretty cool. I didn't get some of the stuff at first, and when I streamed it, I was like, I had delays, so I couldn't parry shit. So but I am looking forward more to Lies of Pi Part 2. So, oh yeah, that one. Man, the back rooms, yeah. I did think that was all though. Yeah, Bleach. And Steins Gate's really cool. I really like it. Oh, that was it. So that was the year. That was the year. I do think that was an awesome year, content-wise. So, so let's go to some more. So yeah, like anime moments, most of Attack on Titan. If I consider Arcane an anime, I know it is not. Definitely all of season 1. Frieren, a lot of that as well. So yeah. Yeah, so Derek did put out a very nice, thankful message to me. So Derek, thank you so much for this kind words. For these kind words, I was very moved by them, and I hope you are doing well as well. If you watch this, so yeah, Core 4. I might do. The thing is, I am so torn on Core 4. I want to do a prediction video, but the problem is there are 3 things I will spoil in that, because there are 3 things I know that will happen that people don't know. So it's like hard. It's hard to do. I don't know. So yeah. So anyway, let's go to these questions from Swordfish. Thank you so much for subbing to the Patreon. Yeah, you get. I hope you get some previews to the stuff to come. Normally, my normal plan is on uploading 6 episodes a week on Patreon. I currently couldn't do that because I was sick and my children were sick. Christmas was, but normally you currently do get on average a week on Patreon 2 episodes Monster, 2 episodes Steins Gate, 2 episodes Evangelion. The Evangelion will probably be after Steins Gate, because I want to put it out. I'm on episode 7. I love it. It's really, really good. But yeah, anyway. Yeah. Steins Gate is already peak. I really love it. I do hope the scientist main character, Okiba. Man, I don't know his name. I'm so bad with names. But I do think I hope he gets more serious scenes. I want him in more serious scenes, because I think his character building is awesome, but I need him in more interesting scenes other than comedic scenes. That's something I hope. So Chad will defeat the statues this time. I mean, Chad heroically jumped into the gift part. God, man. I like that, though, that Orihime tanked it. That was awesome. The reason Ugram and Busby did not participate in the first invasion, yeah, there is some murky stuff about that, because we also know now that Argola, Hubert, Seidritz, and Nikita were the first Schutzstaffel, which is like, so the Schrifts weren't a thing there, so they didn't have Schrifts in the first invasion. So I do think Busby probably just survived it, and Ugram probably was was in the back or something. I don't know. I don't know about Ugram why, but I guess Busby wasn't. Perhaps he wasn't even taken, but I'm sure we get that. We will get that. So, yeah, happy early New Year, Trunks, but do have a happy New Year. So, yeah, Chad was the statues, and Chad completely turns into a Vasto Lord, not just his arms. Anyway, so let's go to the Swordfish's questions. Where did you study physics? Münster. I did study in Münster. And why physics? I did study both physics and mathematics, so I do have a bachelor in both of those, because I wanted to be a teacher for a long time in physics and mathematics, And in that federal state, you do have to do a bachelor in both subjects you want to teach in. So I do have a bachelor in mathematics and physics, though both study tracks were a bit lighter, because obviously I had two. So they were like, yeah, you don't need to listen to this solid matter state physics lecture. Instead, go to mathematics. But that's so I studied those two. So that's why I did study physics. And I love physics. It was interesting. I first wanted to be a baker, then I wanted to be a lawyer, and then I wanted to be a teacher. So I didn't want to be a baker anymore because I would have had to get up early. I don't like that. And a law did get too technical. I don't like that. Like I like some leeway and stuff, but I know that you have that, but I don't know. So I don't know. I don't think Nikita was killed by Yamamoto, yes. And I don't think she was killed by Yuha. She might have been killed by another captain. So, yeah. Yeah, it might be BG10, though. BG10 against Chet. Wouldn't that be awesome? So, Tsukushima versus Robert would also be awesome, yeah. I agree. That would really make my day. Particularly funny, interesting stories how your interests were formed when you were a student. But when I was at school, at school I liked mathematics more than physics, because school mathematics was pretty by the book, and you could just calculate stuff, and it was okay. I get my good grades by just doing what they tell me. And physics is a lot more complicated and complex. And nowadays, I know that you can't really teach physics in schools because it's too complicated. You always have to simplify, and you are in danger of simplifying too much. So that's a problem, But besides that, I really liked physics. I had very kind physics teachers. I had kind teachers all around. I had the pleasure of having many teachers that were very good and kind and supported me in my interests. So in physics, I do think Stargate was what really pushed me toward physics in the end. Samantha Carter, actually. I have to admit, I think 2 years ago I did a lecture at CERN, and I did talk about how understanding of black holes is formed in students, and I started with that Stargate episode where they find the black hole because it's a wrong depiction, and it was because I was I watched Stargate, that's why I do physics, and I put that in, and one of the people that invited me there was like, I know that episode was awesome, and we were like, yeah, man, Stargate rules. Man, I loved Stargate. I learned English because of Stargate, actually. I don't know if I ever told that on the stream. I did, we did have English and German school, and it was okay, and I never learned the vocabulary. It was like, fuck that, why would I care? And then Stargate SG-1 Season 8 came out, and it was on German television, and it was like, I need to know how it goes on. And in Canada, in the UK and US, the 9th season had started. So I had to go to the high seas to get the episodes, and I understood nothing. I just watched it. Just watched Stargate in English. And I watched the episodes I knew, and through Stargate watching, and Harry Potter watching in English a bit as well, but it was hard to understand due to the British accents. I learned English. I started really understanding it, and really it was important for me. So Stargate is the reason why I studied physics and why I learned English. So SG-1, Atlantis, Universe as well. Remember when Universe came out, the first episode, we were on a campsite, and they had crappy internet, and I had to pay 20 euros to watch the episodes, because I had to stream them. So yeah, Daniel Jackson was also my favorite character, but I still got into physics because of Samantha Carter and Rodney McKay. Man, I love Rodney McKay. Holy shit. So, yeah, The Expanse, Swiss, that is on my plan. like I want to react to that 1,000%, but I don't know when, because I know it's like several seasons. And the problem is, if I react to shows, the reactions are like 40 minutes to an hour, and anime reactions are like half of that, like basically, so I would have to record twice as much and edit twice as much, and still try, knowing me, I would still try to get out 2 episodes per week. So that might be a lot of stress I will put myself under there. So that's why I'm hesitant to do expense, you know? So that's, I don't know. But I will, like, you will get that reaction. You will, but it's just like I'm hesitant. Because like for 3 Body Problem, I knew it was like 8 episodes. I could do that for 8 weeks. That's okay. And it's just 1 a week, but yeah. I mean, Yugram versus Shunzu, I have to say, Miriam, Shunzu's bunker would one-shot him. I don't think he would survive that. So, the techniques, Blitzkrieg, which technique did you mean? Do you mean Hironen Haku? I do think I did that, but just type it in the chat. I will give you the German convention. Animation versus physics. I don't know. It might be cool. I did physics reactions for a while. But the thing is, I mean, that's my main area of expertise. Like I did my PhD in that area as well, understanding physics and how images and videos and that, what they do to make you understand it and what they do to not make you understand it as well. And actually, there were some more and more people who pursue that kind of like my hypotheses currently, and it seems to be very, very strong and very good. So we will see. Like it's a very good description of understanding development in general that I did find. Luckily, like I'm not that genius. I just found it literally. But we will see. And like I do think it will be in the first, like it will be in a textbook on physics education now in Germany. So but I'm pretty proud on that. So my PhD was at least for something. And yeah, math and geometry. Yeah, I might do those as well. Perhaps I might do them. So yeah, the orb on the movements of Earth. I might do that as well if it's voted. I do think it's on Galileo. I know some stuff about Galileo, obviously, because I like not obviously, but I like history of physics, so I might do that. Jafar joke, Serpent God. Was it the Serpent God's trail twitches? I don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah, they put it down. Yeah. Oh no, the nose strips. Yeah. Oh. Physics and Captain Tsubasa. Is there physics in there? And they're running like an hour for like the goal. I don't know. Saint Flame, Sankt Flamme. Sankt Flamme. That would be Sankt Flamme. Yeah, that would be Sankt Flamme. Flamme, like, by the way, so Sankt like Sankt Alter, Sankt Bogen, Sankt Zwinger, and Flamme as in the same way you wrote it, just 2 M's. The same that Flamme the Mage in Frieren is called. She's called Flamme as well. So, yeah. Yeah, Sankt Flamme. Sankt Flamme. I'm thinking currently about something else for combustion. Sankt Zünder would also be something. Sankt Zünder. But, yeah. I mean, I think Flamme is a saint. Flamme is awesome. So, also you will like my take on Serie, I think, in the translation. As I said, I have to edit it. But it's like, I don't know if you, like, patrons, if you want me to upload the raw thing without the clips and stuff, I can give you that tomorrow. Like, it's recorded, but yeah, anyway. So, we were here, so that was, like, basically Stargate, yeah. What was my main area of interest during my studies? Yeah, quantum physics. It was quantum physics. funnily, I was not that good in physics exams for two reasons. I wasn't on that level I should have been because I did also study mathematics. Obviously, I couldn't put all resources in physics like someone who just studied physics would. And I do have terrible fright of tests. Like if I write a test, my brain is working on like 10%, like fucking stupid. I'm I'm really dumb then. Like really, like I once wrote my last name twice on an exam, like my last name as my first name as well, and like they were like wrong, and like I was just like, so yeah, it was quantum physics. But quantum physics was the only test in university, like the only exam I ever went into. Like I can do all of it, and I went in, I just wrote it down, I went out, I got full points. Like that was an awesome, like not full points, but like the best mark. I made some mistakes. Like I'm not gonna brag about something I didn't do, but like I really like I went in. I was like I can do this, and I just did it. It was first time ever. I did have one philosophy exam as well, where I just went in, drank some tea with the professor. We talked about matrix and its meanings for like half an hour, and I got like full marks. That was fun as well. It's like if I really I know this stuff. Like I'm not afraid. But when I'm a bit shaky, I was like, God, what's gonna happen? I'm really terrible at tests. Really terrible. I'd never had really good grades in university because of it. I'm just too anxious about tests. Like my PhD defense, I didn't sleep for a week almost. I remember. And in my head, I played out every scenario they could ask me. And in the end, I was very, there was not a single question they asked me that I hadn't pre-argued in my head, so to speak. So yeah, Silo I heard good stuff about it. So I do hope I get around to it. Also, Severance was recommended to me. I mean, you can show videos to your students, even if you know they are incorrect depictions, because you can discuss them. It's very interesting. Like if any teachers in the chat, I don't know. The most important stuff in physics is not to tell them how it is, but where the limits to the models you use are in the pictures. Because if you take a textbook in physics, you just go on and there's a photo and then there's a little blue ball that's an electron, and like there's no comment on what is real, what's a model, what's a photo. Like that's really bad. I know, Rain, Kubo even said we have completely new episodes and stuff, so I cannot wait. Like I will probably completely lose my mind every week, so I love it. Yeah. I do think the Hell arc will be a new anime. I currently think that. I do think Core 4 is a test run for that. I do think in Core 4 they will do, like, because Kubo did have Core 4 planned out, so to speak, in the manga. He just was, because he was sick. So he had all of it planned out. Like, the story was already there. He just has to take the story, put it into storyboards and stuff, show it to them, and they will do it and make their magic. And if he can do that and it works, he could do the Hell arc like that as Core 5 or whatever. I do think that is possible. So, yeah. Yeah, exams. I hate exams, man. I know that though. Man, you know what I also find funny? When I speak English with people who are not from English-speaking countries, like a very good friend of mine is a professor in France, and his English has this French accent, and I can't hone in on the English accent. I don't have an English accent currently. Like I do have a bit of it, but I do know I have a German accent. But when I talk to a native speaker, I do think my English gets pretty close to sounding to a British person. You know, but it's like you have to hone in on their intonations, and so it's so interesting. Yeah, like I'm not against using videos to teach. I do think that's cool, and it motivates in many places. So, yeah, Gary. So I do hope you will have a fantastic year. To all of you as well. I hope you all will have a fantastic year. And yeah, you can look out for Monster, Evangelion, and Steins Gate at least, and then yeah. Yeah, we will at least get 8 original ones. Yeah, yeah. And Burn the Witch Perps as well. Yes. Hi Andrew. Nice for you to join. Hope you have had a great year. So let's get to question number 3. Swordfish, I'm sorry we get sidetracked a bit, but so my transition to psychology was during my PhD thesis. Because my PhD thesis was supposed to be develop a unit for high school that teaches quantum physics and evaluate it. And I didn't want to do that. Because that's a mess. Like I don't want to get too technical in here, but evaluating a teaching unit, that's so hard. Like almost impossible to get something where you can really stand behind and get new stuff. And so I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So I was tackling this question of why can't people let go of the atomic model in their head that has these little electrons flying in circles? Like that's obviously, I hope no, that's like, for physicists, that's obviously incorrect. We have quantum physics of now, but many people still have that idea, even if they had quantum physics in their schools. And I didn't understand why. So I went into it asking that question, and I understood that I had to understanding for that. And so I set out into psychology I went to lectures on my university at the site, and I watched some online, and I did read lots of papers in psychology to understand what understanding is, or to close in on that. So I transitioned to psychology there, and I read most of my psychology stuff during my PhD time because my supervisor never gave me never told me when to do what or what to do. So I was pretty free on pursuing my research. I was very lucky with him, and he's an awesome dude. I did have one of my days in the week, one of my 5 working days, I just read psychology for a year or 2. So that's how I got it into psychology. And now I like educational psychology. I'm really good at, and in my area, I'm probably one of the best, I think. But it was worth it. It was I was so interested. You know what is funny as well? Now that I think back to this interesting story where my interests were formed. Do you know the show Heroes? There's the dude Sylar. His superpower is basically super intelligence, but they described it differently. They had his superpowers described as understanding things, and I found it so cool. And Zachary Quinto is awesome. I loved his acting. But I do think that also made me what is understanding? What is it? And for many years I thought you can't explain it. And now I do think I did explain it, which is awesome, but it's always in the back of my mind. So Sylar made me do. Oh, Andrew, I do hope so. Is Canada now early or late? I do think it's pretty late. I hope you're not staying up too late for this. Noel above Nemuri. Noel, yeah, I would. I don't know. I need more Noel to gauge it. So, anyone? It's not even a cloud. It's a 4-dimensional. It's a 4-dimensional function mathematically that maps into 3D space. But anyway. Yeah, the perfect, exactly that. In my PhD thesis, it was so funny because I did obviously write about this atom stuff, but I also wrote about genetics, evolution, how understanding of those works, because I could describe them all with my description. So I did have evolution, DNA, and the same patterns everywhere. These symbols are a very big part of it, but I won't I won't get sidetracked by that. But yeah, P the positron. I mean, positrons are not that interesting. I do think positrons are pretty lame. I also miss Heroes. It's such a shame they fricked up Heroes Reborn. I really did not like that show, though the actors were all very cool. Some of my favorite actors were in it, but yeah. I also do need to watch American Horror Story, Charleston. I only watched the one with the witches, and that was awesome. But yeah, 6 p.m. Okay, that's perfect. That's good. So you're not not staying up too late. I'm glad. It's not 2 a.m. Yeah. I mean, here it's now 11 p.m. I was thinking about playing some LOL or something on stream down the line, but yeah. And T the tachyon, yeah. What is my favorite elemental particle? Let's go there. Let's do it like that. I like the strange quark. I like strange quarks because I like strange stuff. Anyway. So, any plans to do some sort of ranking of stories that you watch on Patreon or maybe in wider during the live so far? Yeah, I might do that. It's cool. I might do it for perhaps for Easter or something. Stories that I watched. I watched so many, but I didn't watch enough. A new colleague of mine, he's really awesome. He did give me many movie recommendations, and I've almost watched no good movies, I felt. For example, Onibaba, I think it's called. Onibaba is a very old Japanese horror movie where many horror movies come from. I want to watch that. I mean, I did watch some movies on the channel, but I don't know. You can tell me in the Death Note reaction if you like my movie reactions. But on the Death Note Netflix version reaction, I just shit on that movie most of the time, so I don't know. Oh no, CC204, I do think you should go to bed. No, I don't know. If you're having a late shift, then it's okay. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, it's 11 p.m. here. I do think it's okay. I've watched Lost, Andrew. I did stay up. I remember it was during my final year of school. We were learning for the final exams, and then the Lost finale came out. And I loved the last season, actually. I really liked it. And then the finale came out, and me and a friend of mine, we both were like, yeah, we will stay up and we will talk about it tomorrow. And I stayed up till 4 p.m. because that's when it aired, and I live streamed it. Like, I somehow got the live stream to Lost finale. I was like, that's it. That's how you're gonna end it. Oh God, I was very, very disappointed. Anyway, but I think in general Lost was very good. But Abrams does have the problem of setting up mysteries and never paying them off. That's the problem. Yes. B the blast furnace. That's really cool though. Yeah, the blast furnace, or F the furnace. That's it. My dream in life is to become a being composed of strange matter. I mean, strange matter is something different than strange quarks, though, I think. Strange is just a charge. Like, it's just like positive, negative. They just call it strange. So it's like, they probably were like knowing people nowadays that name these things, they just probably drank too much and had some fun. Like, I can tell you that. Like, just from behind the scenes in these naming things, like, they just had to laugh sometimes. So, 6 a.m. is also okay, I guess. It's all pretty early. I do think I watched Sunshine. Though. I know it. I did. Perhaps I confused it with the one with George Clooney. With it's from Stanislav and Solaris or something. I don't know. Hellhole and Nefarious. That sounds really interesting. I will try to keep that in mind. Also in Severance, Adam Scott is the main character, I think. I love Adam Scott. Like, Parks and Recreations is one of my all-time favorite shows ever made. Like, I've watched it 6 times now, I think. Like, once a year, I watch it with my wife, all, like, completely through. Like, we love that show so much. Yeah, Gravity, I haven't seen Gravity. We might watch that, yes. Yeah. So the Doctor Who question, yeah. So, I don't think strange matter is composed of strange quarks. I don't think they're stable. You probably think of exotic matter or strangelets. There is a documentary from BBC where they had a strangelet eating the Earth. So I don't know. Solar balls. What's that? Sounds fun. Anyway, have you ever watched Doctor Who? Yes, I even had a Doctor Who themed wedding. Why do you think I have a bow tie? I love Doctor Who. I mean, until 2017 or whenever they fired Capaldi. I do think it unfortunately lost its charm to stupid writing. Like, the writing's really dumb. Really dumb. Even Stephen Moffat didn't deliver his episodes last season. It's just dumb. Like, there was some cool ideas, but it just fell flat. I did do reactions to some Doctor Who episodes, I think, last year. So my favorite Doctor is Peter Capaldi. No questions asked, Peter Capaldi. I absolutely love it. The time travel in Doctor Who can be really weird, but I never found faults in it, really, I think. Because in Doctor Who, the time travel is very in flux. And even the rules of time travel are in flux a bit. But it always was consistent. And every mistake in time travel I had in Doctor Who, I could fan explain away. So yeah, I just love that. So yeah, I even had a cake topper that was a TARDIS, and a good friend of mine did play I Am the Doctor during the ceremony. It was so awesome. They had a little piano in the hall where we said the vows, and so it was really cool. Hi, Feury Siegelstück. Hope you're doing very well and had a good year. My favorite character from Death Note, my favorite characters. Do you mean, okay, I have to be a stag-up dude. Alt, do you think favorite in case of writing or in case of I like them? Because those are two completely different lists. So yeah, like Peter Capaldi is my favorite Doctor because it was the first Doctor I watched from the start to the finish. And I do think his acting is beyond this world, and he even elevated mediocre writing. So, yeah. Also, I agree with Derek Jacobi's Master. That was really awesome. I liked John Sim as well, but I liked Jacobi more. So, and I do think that was one of the first signs that I felt they were doing stupid shit with the 13th Doctor was when they fired Peter Capaldi. You don't fire Peter Capaldi. You don't do that. Like, you are fucking mental if you do that, and they did it. So, like, they told me everything I needed to know about what they were gonna do. Because they didn't care about acting anymore. Because it worked, I do think he had pretty okay ratings, and they plummeted below his ratings, and they didn't measure them correctly, and all that stupid stuff went in, and they just like took this Chibnall dude, and Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into a rant there. You can see my I do have some 11th. Perhaps I even deleted them because I was so mad in them. I have some 13th Doctor reactions where I really went off on the writing. Anyway. Thanks, Blitzdrake. I do think you can drink some good beer with me. With alcohol or without. Both. In terms of writing art, I do think the best written character is Light. Second best written character was... Oh god, that's hard. I'm going to go with Soichi and then Mikami. I do think Light, Soichi, Mikami are the best characters writing-wise. Then I would go with L, and then with Aizawa. That's my list, I think. Yeah. I want Zetakin. I want to do an Aizen cosplay once because I like if I do it like this, hair back, and do the stupid. Wait, let me do it. And now I have to smash the glasses. Wait. Anyway, I I actually let out grow my hair out in during my high school years a bit because I liked Eisen, and I know I have a similar haircut. I never told anyone. I just everyone just thought I was growing my hair out because like I was lazy, but no, I was like I had like hair a bit longer, so oh man. So yeah, like Smith is my second favorite Doctor. My third favorite Doctor is McCoy. I met Sylvester McCoy once on a convention. He was such an awesome dude, man. Holy shit. So down to earth. I also met Sophie Aldred and the one who played Ian Chesterton, actually. What's his name? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I do think he's knighted. What's the actor that plays Ian Chesterton? Oh god, I'm so sorry. I should know that. He was such a lovely. I think he's 90 or something. If he even don't know if he still lives, but that was so awesome. That was so awesome. And Sylvester McCoy. There was a moment when there was a question from like they had a Q&A, and the room was like it was a room with like 100 people. Sylvester McCoy went through the rows. And then, like, no one wanted to ask a question. So someone asked the question, did you ever get a bra as a present or something weirder? And he was like, what are you fucking? And Sylvester McCoy looked at me and I looked like, so, what? And he was like, that was cool. So we connected a bit. I want to imagine he doesn't remember, obviously. But, man, I love that dude. Sylvester McCoy is one of the goats. Holy shit, eh? Yeah. But Matt Smith as well. That is so cool. Like he was my like almost like if I would have done reactions to Doctor Who back then, like I would have cried like I cried for the Victor scene. Like that devastated. I cried for half an hour that Christmas when he regenerated in that episode. I think Time of the Doctor and Heaven Sent are my two favorite episodes of Doctor Who. So, yeah. So I have to catch up with chat a bit here. Let me see. Oh, and I can also switch because we don't have any questions anymore, I hope. So if anyone on Patreon has done another question, I will quickly refresh this to see. I hope I didn't miss anyone. Oh god, no, I did. Okay. So let's go with some more questions. Yeah, the Rangiku scene. Like I know some Country Ruined World stuff. I've never read it, but I know rough things about Rangiku there. So that's why I stopped. But I also remember that Kubo interview where you also teased that Ishin's the captain and Kirako will get his kimono explained. In that same interview, he said something about Rangiku, and he teased her, and he never did it. So, and because he said the kimono stuff, he already had planned out the Lily fight before he started writing the arc, or at least the idea. So, I do think the Rangiku stuff will come up. So, I did drink possibly whiskey in some reactions on stream. I like never really. I sometimes like drank apple juice. No, I do think I drank in the reaction. Like I toasted to Hanya. I remember that. I toasted to Hanya. I did that. Man, the Attack on Titan finale made me like that. Devastated me emotionally. I do think the Victor scene is the thing that devastated me most on this channel, like condensed wise, but that also came so out of left field because it was so personal, because I'm almost in exactly the same situation currently as Jace's there, and it really hurts me, and that's why I really like, I just broke, like it was like, because I also push it down a bit, because otherwise everyday life sometimes is hard if you don't, so anyway. Yeah, like I do have some beverages as well to the side, but I also don't like drinking that like really like on camera and stuff, because I don't know, it's something I like doing it when I'm with people, like talking to them, like in celebrations and stuff. Then it's cool, it's fun. But I don't don't want to support heavy drinking or anything. Like obviously I don't, but it's like I'm a bit careful there. That's why and I don't know if children are watching these videos. I don't think they are. Like my statistics tell me no. Most people are around between 20 and 30. But it's just I don't want to do anything. I know I swear a lot. I swear a ton, but I actually do that to vent a bit because I'd rather swear at a screen than swear at someone in real life, So I'm pretty calm in real life all the time, so I have to vent somewhere. Anyway, I might make a great Victor. That might be true, yeah. Yeah, Askin Ishin. Yeah, that's also cool. so we are alike there. Yeah, Three Body Problem. Man, that first novel I listened to it during my commute, which I did last year, and I loved that book so much. Holy shit, that's such a good science book. The science in the Three Body Problem book is impeccable, save for the Sophon stuff. There it is sci-fi, but all the other stuff is perfect. And in the show, it was so funny. In the show, I criticized the physics and stuff, but in the book, it was always correct. They always misadapted. I mean, make of that as what you will. So, I love Christopher Eccleston as well. Like, I don't dislike any Doctor really, other than Jodie's Doctor. I have to say that. And Jodie's Doctor, I don't dislike the Jodie Doctor because of Jodie. I do dislike it because of the writing. And I'm so sorry for her. I do think she could have been a great Doctor, but they really, Chris Chibnall can't write for shit. And he wrote almost everything for her. So, yeah. At Charleston, he did leave because he had, let's say, really heavy creative differences with Russell T Davies. This is not that clear, but as far as I know, there were rumors that on the sets there was some very bad stuff happening to people. And Christopher Eccleston was like, no, you're not doing that to the people. You're not treating them like that. And then he left because he was like, I'm not working that environment. That's just hearsay, though. So don't hold me to that. Blitz, I don't know if the nobles removed the organs. I do think Gerard developed on his own, and the other stuff, we have to see if that's canon, actually. I'm unsure, but yeah, I don't know. Money, I don't know, perhaps as well. Billy Piper, yeah, I Swiss, I know. I can understand that. It was a bit the same for me. Not really that, but it was an added bonus. Oh yeah. My favorite Quincy character is obviously Pernita Pankias. But Pernita for the themes and Askin for just the lamp shading. But a third favorite is Lil Toto, actually, also for the lamp shading. I like Askin and Lil Toto the same. And Lil Toto's voice actress nails that. So I do think Lil Toto's voice actress is one of the best in the whole Bleach arc. Because Lil Toto's voice is exactly oh god, it's Ichigo and gonna win, yeah, whatever. It's so funny, I really, really, really love it. So, Pernita for themes, Asking for character. And my favorite Soul Reaper is Shunsui. Shunsui is my favorite Soul Reaper. And also because of the themes I discussed in those episodes, yeah. Blackshot Studios, yeah, thanks for, I'm glad you liked the arcane reactions. I know the last act was divisive, but for me, they just dropped the ball writing-wise. I do think the ideas were still holding up, but they really should not have let go of half their writers. Because that was a team effort, I think. Because I do think this type of quality that they had in Arcane, you can't have that with 3 people. They all have to be geniuses and don't get that in a room easily. So, yeah. Yeah, the anime removed the reishi bombs. That's true. But I never understood. That turn always felt a bit weird because in the manga we knew Uri was on our side. So like what was he supposed to do? The only thing he could have tried was with his shrift. I do think his shrift is the thing he's using. So it's not just his arrows, it's his shrift. His shrift is really broken as well. So, yeah, it's a take, and that's also the thing. Like, I agree with those sentiments. I agree with those sentiments. That's why I also don't do it. Like, and if I do it, I always say it's apple juice or something. Like, and people probably know it's not, but, and I really, really, really rarely do it. But if I do, I will never say what it is. It's mostly whiskey. But I don't like, I only drink like, if I drink something like this, because it's expensive and it's more like, it's just relaxing. And yeah, anyway. Cherry flavored Coke is all you need. I don't know. I loved cherry flavored Coke when I was very young because it wasn't around in my area. And when I went to swimming tournaments, and there was one place where they had it in this vending machine. So I loved it there, but yeah. Yeah, Peter, we also will probably get the Yoruichi Urahara backstory because the Asukan fight probably also will be extended because that ending, even though it's kind of fit, I do think they will change that as well. I do think the ideas will be still the same, but yeah. I've not read Dark Forest yet, Alvaro. I'm holding off because I want to watch the show first. I always watch shows first and then the book when I can, because I think the books are always better. So I have something good twice. Because I remember when I watched the Wheel of Time season 2 and I had, because I was reading Wheel of Time on the channel, and as I said, I will continue that. I will definitely continue it. But for personal reasons, I'm not doing it currently. But season 2 of Wheel of Time, that was I shat on it so much because I knew the book, and I don't think it's a fun reaction if I just shit on the writing all the time that I know was better in another medium. I don't think that's that much fun. So, So Miriam, if you log off, have a good in 2024. All the best, and I hope we get to go 4, so that would be great. Yeah. My thoughts on the Painter people. You can look them up in my I discuss them at length and very in depth in Attack on Titan. Very in depth. For example, if you take I do think it's 320, the 2-hour reaction to 15 minutes of anime. I really go a lot into the Painter people in Attack on Titan. I give you also book recommendations and stuff, and I also tell you, at least in the 320 reaction to Attack on Titan, I talk about people from those times in Germany that lived there, and I give you what I talked to them about when I was younger. So you get my in-depth perspective on that in that. So, but I can tell you, yes, it is like that in Germany as well. And I do think it's an interesting topic, but it's a more complex topic than people make it out to be. Because in general, it was a shit time. But yeah, obviously they did really horrendous, evil as fuck shit. I mean, obviously. The thing is just the other side also did some fucked up shit. So it's more that. I do think the depiction of the Painter people was pretty well done. But all the others were also not nice. Though they were nicer, obviously, than the Painter people. Anyway. Yuzu as a human, yeah, I hope we get more Yuzu as well. I cannot fault you for Bambi-chan as well. So yeah. Rangiku is cool as well. As I said, I hope we get more. Perhaps or Banka or something. Nell. I really like Nell as well, and Orihime. I do think the female characters in Bleach in general are very well done. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the facts, even the facts of the Painter times are a bit murky in parts. But I do think when you read different accounts, you get a pretty good picture. And I do think it's unfortunate that the more nuanced, deep discussions on this topic are not done in the current time, because there are dangers from that direction again. And not only from the left, from the right, also from the left, from both sides. Like, because extremism is in both sides currently rising a lot, and the same symptoms are showing on both sides actually, and it's not discussed in the nuance it should be discussed. I think that's my it's just my opinion though, obviously. Like, I'm not an expert in these things. It's just what I've, so. Yeah, I mean, Thousand Year Blood War. Kubo was even in Germany. Kubo went to Germany for 2 weeks before he started writing Thousand Year Blood War. And I missed him. He was in Düsseldorf. I didn't know. I knew 3 days after he was there, I would have gone. I would have gone there. But like, he was like 2 hours drive away. So, Aaron above Zeke? I don't know. I hate Zeke. I love Zeke as a character, like writing wise, but I hate Zeke. A black shot. I do think the problem is more for me even that the show is so good until Act 3 that it really irks me. Because even like I don't even find real faults in season 2 until Act 3. Like, some people have pointed some out that they thought were flaws, but for me that didn't really amount to a flaw, really. But so. My favorite dish, schnitzel, green cabbage, and souvlaki. Those are my favorite dishes. Like, I love Greece cuisine in general, and Mexican cuisine, though. There is no Mexican restaurants around my new place. I think I still have to look for one. Like, I love Mexican cuisine, man. Yeah, Stephen Moore, that's the thing. There are some interesting things. Anyway, look at my Attack on Titan reactions. Like season 3 and 4 especially, I discuss a lot about that. Yeah, Charles and I agree. In season 1, yes. In season 2, no. Unfortunately, like the Kate turning in the fucking canyon still irks me to this day. Like, that was the part where I was like, nope. Stephen Moore, Attack on Titan 320 reaction that day. I talk a lot about that. There are more, like in Attack. Like, if you watch my Attack on Titan reactions, I go a lot into the German stuff. I also go a lot into the German stuff in season 3, the first episodes, because the Rise Empire is basically the same as the Stasi, and some of the Painter stuff as well. Like, it's even, that's the cool thing, or like, if you want to say it's cool, but the cool thing is in Attack on Titan, both Parades and Marley do have these Painter people vibes, really hard ones. But Parades overcomes them for a while, and that's why they appear to be the good guys. But in general, that's the main theme in the background. It's like, people are shit in their hearts when you don't, like, when the circumstances are wrong or their pasts. And I mean, I discussed so much about that in Attack on Titan, but yeah. I love the Attack on Titan ending. Like, for me, it was perfect, absolute perfection. So, and I also hope that Kubo does follow through with Thousand Year Blood War, with that arc. Yeah. Stone, I have watched 2001: A Space Odyssey. I've watched it with a dear friend twice. It's an awesome movie. I love the ooh. I love that. We also, by the way, fun fact, we did watch some parts of Odyssey 2001. You know, that movie in school. My physics teacher showed it to me, and we were supposed to find out how they did the gravity effects, because they are not correct. So, but yeah. Yeah, schnitzel is very good. Like, but it's like, I can make them pretty well as well. So, yeah. Yeah, episode 2, and yeah, I do think it was episode 2, the Warwick episode, Charles, and I do think it was my favorite as well. Yeah. No, Helag will something new. Helag will be the demons of the past, and we fight them because they. The idea of 1,000-year blood walk is basically a bit like the old generations failed. Now the new one has to take up the mantle, but in Helag it will be. But the sins of the past are still there, so to speak. They will attack you now. So can you not fight? Like, what if what you fight is not an enemy from the outside, but from within? I do think that will be the theme of the Helag. Yeah. Hi, Ignacio. Yeah, man, you are lucky to be Mexican. I like, at least food-wise. I don't know the other stuff. I hope so as well. But like Mexican food, I love it, man. Purchito, I hope Neo Genesis Evangelion is gonna be after Steins Gate. I'm on episode 7, and I hope it will be recorded until the end of February. So we will see. But it will be next year. Like, Neon Evangelion will be on the channel next year, definitely. So. Blitz, no, Schnitzel is not deep fried meat. No. It's not. In America, it might be. No, Schnitzel is you take some good piece of meat and then you smash it a lot with a hammer, a special hammer, and then you coat it in egg yolk and other stuff. I don't know the translations of. And then you have to put them in a pan and like make them like whatever. And then they're brilliant and they're golden and crispy. So, yeah. Altered States. No, I've not seen that one. That might be interesting. Swimming in Germany. We've got many indoor swimming areas and some outdoor swimming areas as well, though they do not have the personnel to supervise them anymore. So, yeah. But I did swimming a lot. I even was on the national finals once with my class as a team, though. Like, I wasn't the best in the team, but better people brought me to the national finals, so to speak. But it was awesome in Berlin. That was really cool. Club Mate? Do you mean the Club Kubo or what? I'm not sure what you mean, but I would love to answer that. Yeah, Painter people is YouTube censorship. Yeah, obviously. Yeah. I mean, there have been some people who have called me the Painter in my Attack on Titan reactions, and YouTube censored them. I found them like some days ago because some people said their comments were deleted, and I found the comments as well. But YouTube auto censors comments. Like if you say the Painter people word, or if you say what was the other thing? Yeah, the Painter's name. If you post links, I don't know, you know that stuff. So, hi Steven, hallöchen. Hey to Oregon, Stone Soup. That's also very lovely. Yeah, slow burn type stories are good. I also agree. That's really, really nice. Yeah, the Attack on Titan credits are so well done because they underline all of what was before. And so many people said that Eren saved his friends and brought them paradise, so to speak, and he just didn't. He didn't save his friends. Like, he did save them from death, but they are traumatized, outcasts from their own country, and all depressed as fuck and scarred. So he didn't really, like, what did he do? He scarred them for life. He did that. And then he also made his nation still go into nuclear war. Brilliant. So... Yeah, German bread is also really good. I agree. Jinx and Isha duo in Victor's Awakening. Yeah. I really like that. But then it was episode 3 I also liked. Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, Primer I also have to watch. I might do that. Hi to Ecuador, Dennis. I really do hope it's lovely in Ecuador currently. So I do hope you enjoy the physics studying. Physics can be really cool and really annoying. I will teach some quantum physics next semester. I will fill in for a colleague. I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah. Yeah, Jägerschnitzel is also good. Zigeunerschnitzel as well. Yeah. Gruyere, Emmental, and Gouda. Yeah, Emmental and Gouda are very good. I don't know Gruyere, I think so. Yeah. The painter people, yeah, because he was a painter that was rejected. That's why I call him the painter. I also call the people he hunted the star people because of the stars they put on their jackets. Anyway, um, yeah. Yeah, I'm a Malian spy. Man, there were so many Jägerists in my comments. That was so funny. I was just afraid they were real. Like some were trolling and loved it, but I do think some meant it. Like Jägerists are so despicable. Holy shit! Like they are the painter people. Like the Jägerists are the painter people as well. Like Malians as well. But Jägerists are the most painter people we see in the whole show. The like what happens with the Jägerists? That's basically almost completely one-to-one what happened in Germany when they took over. Almost exactly. And that's why Floch is so close to the painter as well. Like Floch is, as a character, probably very close to Himmler. You know, like awesome stuff though. I love Floch's writing. So yeah, Nobita, we will get at least 8 new episodes, I think. And we might get new Bankais, so we only get 2 more new Bankais technically, like so. Yeah, I will watch Eva Monster and definitely Steins;Gate. And I will probably let me actually look at the last Patreon poll. So it might be similar this time. What the people chose. I will just one moment, please. It's probably very. Let me actually. Might take some time to find it because it was a while ago. Though I love Evangelion, by the way. Like Evangelion, I start to understand what it's about. I mean, obviously it's about a kid battling angels, and a robot, but that's not what it really is. It is so nuanced and brilliant. Holy shit! From a psychological point, is like it's one of the best psychologically oriented stories I've ever seen. Evangelion. Incredible writing, but yeah, Arcane was also good. Yeah, there was my hey, do you want to see my thumbnail for here? You can get a glimpse. Man, and that was like serious. Like I wasn't doing it for funsies. Like holy shit, that pained me so badly. Anyway, so, yeah. Anyway, so but let's see. So. It's loading a bit. So you got a sneak peek. Also, I will continue Dune Prophecy. I think I will continue that. So, I did start that. Not many people watch it, unfortunately, but I will always do Dune content. Dune was I got my first 50 subs with Dune reactions. I remember that. So many lovely people. I wonder what they're all doing. Where is it? Where is it? I know it's somewhere here. What was the last time we polled on, though? Oh my god, what was it? Holy shit, that poll's been some time off. Was Death Note? No, it was Steins;Gate. Steins;Gate was the last poll. Oh my god, when was it? I do think Psycho-Pass was up there. Re:Zero. No, there's. I do think you can't filter by. You can't filter by texts because most of my stuff is. Painter man hates star man. I mean, it's kind of what it is like. Yeah, Jäger. No, I do know why people are Jägers, because Eren is a shonen hero, and if you see him as a shonen hero and put away your like the more complexities of the world, I mean, let's take another shonen. Naruto. No, has Naruto killed people? No. Often, like because the typical, like, it's the same as with Paula Treatise. It's the same thing. You build up a character as a hero archetype, and people see him as a hero, and they will not revise that. They will just not. It's just a psychological effect. It's not even. It's just natural, I think. Oh yeah, there is. So the results were, oh, interesting. I don't remember this. So we do have we did. So you can see the results. So this is the last patron's results. That doesn't mean it's the same this time, but you can give a you can get a rough estimate of what it will be. So it was, so Steins Gate won by a mile, then Mob Psycho, Edge Runners, Madoka Magica, Serial Experiment Lane, Apothecary Diaries, Promised Neverland, though only season 1 because people seem to fucking hate season 2. I'm gonna watch something where I will get into too much trouble in the comments. Fate Zero, Jojo Senki, and Psycho Pass. Those are the things. Oh, Naruto killed the guy used as an Itachi body double. Yeah, see, so yeah, but it's fine. He was a bad guy. You know, that's a mentality. In real life, that's not how it works. So. Anyway, so Emir's to blame. Yeah, it's stupid pigs. Stephen, I probably won't comment on that. It's a very complex topic. I will comment on it like this: the ideas running around in all on all sides I've heard are too simplistic on both sides. Too simplistic, not nuanced enough, and no one's tackling it in a nuanced way, I feel, because there are points on all sides that I agree with and also disagree with, and I do think instead of sitting at a table and listening to the people of the other spectrum, you call them names. That's not helpful. It will lead to disaster because it freezes your governments. Like, so I mean, I will just say that. So, I mean, the thing is, I will also say this, and I do know this is also controversial. No, I will not say it, I think. I will not. Will I say it? I will diffuse it perhaps because my stance is a bit more, I don't know. So I do think there have been cultures in the world that were obviously more to the detriment of the survival of the species than others. For example, cultures that would sacrifice their newborn children and then they died out. I do think there is a thing like cultural evolution, like with adapting. So, and we are currently seeing that play out. We have many different cultures. Many are aligned, and like there are some isles of cultures, and we will see who wins. That's evolution. So I will leave it at that. If that's good or bad, I do think that's another question. It's just an observation. And I will just observe here. I will not, you know. Sabina has gradually won me over. Give her respect for the discipline of philosophy. Do you mean Hosselfelder? Yeah, I like her. She does use too much clickbait recently, I think, but she's like, I do think, a very good heart, and is at the like she's doing good stuff. Yeah, Willem Dafoe is also awesome, man. Like, and he did a good job at Ryuk. Yeah, I do think he voiced Ryuk. Yeah. Yeah, Edward, I did watch Evangelion episode 1 for 5 minutes and I switched it off because I was too terrified. I couldn't watch it. It was too weird. Paul Atreides is obviously a villain because he just goes to planets and kills people. Like, lets his people do that. And I agree Leto is worse, but Paul is also a really, really big villain. He's a dictator. That's the idea as well. I do think Herbert said that in some interviews. I think it's in the preamble or whatever of Messiah. Hi KO, yeah, Death Note is really good. I really enjoyed it. The only parts of Death Note I didn't enjoy was like episode 20 to 23, I think. Like, I don't know. So, yeah, the list is like, we'll see. So like, the only thing I've watched from that list, and I don't know why, I don't remember why Fullmetal Alchemist is not on this list. I thought it was last time, so. Also funny to see is that every time I do the poll, most of the people are from what I watched last on the Patreon. So after Death Note, they chose Monster. But I do think I chose Monster. I wanted to watch that part. Yeah. Yes, I take it. Go to sleep. I have to go to sleep in a moment as well. Yeah, I'm not a historian. I can only say what I know. Yeah, so. I will probably stay in Germany, yes. I just want... I have the dream of a little house with a little garden. I don't know if the dream will ever be fulfilled because the economy is shit and the housing prices are through the roof here as well. So it might not happen. I'm saving a lot. I mean, you can't really save a lot, but it's Germany. But I hope I will save a lot in the future. Yeah, I don't know. But I will stay here. I mean, I have a fixed position here now. Like, you don't get it in university normally in Germany. So, and yeah. Swiss Dave, I have watched Claymore completely. Like, I read the manga completely. I loved Claymore. Claymore was really good. Eren, what was he supposed to do? I do discuss all of that in length in the reactions. Yes, Blackshot, that's also a thing with yeah. I do think it is just a conservative thing to be skeptical about stuff and not skeptical about other stuff, I think. But I don't understand it enough to really give you a educated opinion or anything. Like, what do I know? I'm a physicist, I don't know. I know that climate change is facilitated not by CO2 primarily, but by other gases that are created combined with CO2, which is something I really hate that people don't talk about it, because that is a weak point. You can say CO2 isn't that bad, because in itself it isn't that bad, but because it's like always created with each other things that are a bit more complicated. But it's just like this let's give the masses the easy thing to fix on CO2. Yeah, CO2. Yeah, I mean, it's technically, like, in a way correct, like it is, because it is like joined with this bad stuff, but it's really giving ammunition to other people, and I hate that, because you could just say, yeah, it is CO2 together with blah, blah, blah. And anyway, I don't know. And Shane, I've also watched Parasite. I've also watched the movies, the live action ones, and they were also very good. They were very good. My anime of the year is Attack on Titan. Yeah, it is Attack on Titan. Like, Attack on Titan is now my favorite story ever told. I do think I was more in, like, Bleach has a special place in my heart, though, so it's close. Like, I do think they are even weird, different categories that are close and parallel. So, yeah, it's like, but man, Attack on Titan was so inspiring. And as I said, Attack on Titan made me start writing the book. And I will put Isayama's name as in the dedication in the beginning. Because him planning out a whole story, this complex big story with twists and everything. And I had a story in my head like that as well. And now it's working brilliantly. And he gave me the courage to be like, yeah, just write it. Start it. It's been cooking for 30 years, guys and girls. You will see. I hope you will like it. I do think you will. Because all the animes I've watched on the channel and all the shows and all of them, stuff of them is there in that story. So, funnily. But I guess, yeah. I've not seen Breaking Bad, and I will probably watch that as well. Like, Expanse and Breaking Bad are the two live action shows I will probably watch in the future. Yeah. So yeah, that was um yeah, what a man is even. Yeah, Black Shadow, that as well. Like the modeling of the climate is so incredibly complex, and the problem is what I talked about before today as well. Like what I said, physics is hard to teach in school because it's too complex. You have to simplify it and sometimes too much. That's what the media does with climate change stuff. So the scientists know what they're doing in general parts, I think, as like I'm not a climate scientist, but from what I understand they do. But simplifying that, like sometimes it's too much, and then you get stuff like CO2 is evil and blah blah blah. And yes, it is in a way, but you know what? It's these intricate things, these nuances. That's why I also say often when I explain physics, I simplify this a lot, or psychology, I simplify this because it is more complex than what I say. Like I can't tell you the real things on the channel, obviously, because you know. So, waifus in Bleach. Oh god, yeah. I don't know. Waifus in Bleach. I never thought about that in Bleach. I've waifus in other shows, I guess. But I've got a real wife when she's better than all waifus in any anime. So, but when I was younger, I did have many waifus. Technically, yeah. But in Bleach, I don't know. Lisa's pretty cool. Lisa, I would say Lisa, yeah. I mean, many are cool, but oh. Also, yeah, Yoruichi is like as well. Yeah, Yoruichi is yeah. That's true. Yeah, I know about One Piece. I did plan on like I want to react to that when it is remade on Netflix with the new animation. I watched the live action of One Piece. Like you can find the reactions. They are pretty blindish. I have watched some One Piece episodes when I was very, very young, like 8, because they were on German TV, like not in specific orders and something, so I don't know what really happened, but I remember some characters, so yeah. Yeah, Better Call Saul as well. I heard very good stuff about that, yeah. Yeah. Rangiku as well. Like, I like Rangiku as well, and I can't wait for a backstory. Also Senjumaru, of course. Yeah. But it's now 12 p.m., so I do think I will wrap it up a bit. Let me actually see if someone posted another question on YouTube, perhaps. I don't know. Other than that, we will see each other next year. I hope I will do more live streams again. Oh yeah, and by the way, yeah, I do hope to. I was thinking about let's playing Rebirth, Bleach Rebirth of Souls, because I've seen some cool trailers. So that's like one of the things where I'm like, yeah, I could let's play. Perhaps we'll watch it. I might do one episode, and then if it gets enough traction, I will do more, and otherwise I will play it for myself. So, yeah, I also agree. Blitzdrake, the Digimon first opening. I actually like the Japanese one now a bit more because I understand some of the words. But yeah, that was fire. I heard that so much. I even bought the CD, the audio CD for the Digimon openings. I love Digimon season 1. I was the Matt guy because I looked a bit like Matt. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm a big Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan. I also am a big fan of the card game before it went insane. I collected them a bit. And I think I read some of the manga, like Mai being in this like torture wheel or whatever. Like there was, yeah. I don't know if I could retire making react videos in One Piece. My style is pretty niche, I would say. Like I love doing reactions like this. Oh, Swiss Dave, thank you so much for the donation. Swiss francs, I think. Thank you so much. Chaos Theory is like, that's really cool. I do think it's misunderstood a lot as well. I did, or better, my supervisor did give a seminar on that once. Because you have got these tipping points where chaotic behavior is more and more likely, and there are many chaotic pattern generations in nature, like sunflowers, like the way the seeds are arranged, or the dunes in the desert, or yeah, you know what? That's a cool experiment all of you could do if you have two pieces of glass or plexiglass or whatever it's called, and some soap, like this soap, this liquid soap. So you put a dot of liquid soap on a glass plate, or like plexiglass or whatever it's called, and take another one, put it on, and take it away again, and there's like this big tree, and that's chaos theory. Because there are points where, like randomly, so to speak, there are different seeds, and they branch off chaotically, but in the end there's a structure. So from chaos there comes structure as well. Chaos is a big structure driver, actually. I really like that. And it's obviously a pain to model. It's really like I knew a professor once who modeled that with Python. She did only that. Easy things and chaos. I really like chaos theory. Also, I think it's very cool in time travel stories. It's very interesting to really explore chaos theory in time travel, because it's like little changes. It doesn't have to be a big thing. Little changes that ripple down. It's so cool. So yeah, I will probably play the story of the Bleach game. That's probably what I will play. Like, I'm really, really bad at PvP games. So good night, Blake Shadow. I didn't see that. Good night. Incriv IG. So a Death Note. I didn't upload Death Note this week because there was Christmas. Last week, did I upload them? Because I was sick this month. Normally, Death Note uploads are every Monday and Wednesday. Every Monday and Wednesday is Death Note. So, and that will be as well. I do think, though, I don't know if you want that, but I would do both. Like the finale, I will premiere that probably on New Year's, so 1st of January. And that evening, you will get the both of the last episodes, and then the Netflix new movie next week, and we can all. I already bought the popcorn. I will watch it with you live, obviously. So, and we can all suffer together, because you roped me into this. At least the patrons did. Stupid movie. Yeah, Camilo, I was thinking about reading the manga as well, but you can't read manga online. Like, the only manga reaction I ever got through YouTube was the Hell Arc Bleach chapter reaction. So, I don't know. I like chaos theory a little bit more than string theory. String theory is just mathematics. It's just nothing like string theory is not the theory of everything. It will not explain stuff. It is just a mathematical construct that teaches us more about mathematics. It's not the holy grail or anything. It's also a money waster in some parts, unfortunately. String theory is like a cool idea. Chaos theory, you can do a lot of stuff with it. Chaos theory is like proven in quotation marks. Like, you probably know my stance on proving stuff, but yeah. So chaos is a letter. Man, don't remind me of that stupid season, man. Good God. Yeah, I haven't watched Tomo's reaction yet. I haven't watched his reactions because, to the episodes, because I do think, he has similar thoughts sometimes, and I want to stay my own channel, so to speak. But Mr. Tomo's great. Like, I sometimes hear his analysis as well on the side. Sometimes when I play games or stuff, like, I love that. Like, he did a lot of good for Bleach. I really love that dude. Yeah, KO, I did spoil a bit what I will upload in the future. So it will be Monster Evangelion and Steins Gate, and after that, yeah, I don't know. We will see on the Patreon. I have not played Devil May Cry yet. A friend of mine who actually did lend me his Evangelion DVD when I was like 12, who I threw it back at him because I couldn't watch more than 5 minutes because it was too scary. But he also played Devil May Cry a lot and he loved it. So, and he had a very good taste. So I do think I might try it one day. I've not watched Squid Game Season 2. I've watched Squid Game Season 1 and it was pretty mediocre. But now you will shout at me and hear me out why. Because there are several manga that did it better. Like this idea of a death game with, that has been done in several mangas better. Like Liar Game or something. Like they did it better. And I felt Squid Game, while it was a very brilliantly done character-driven show, it was good. But it felt very, very heavily inspired by some manga that I knew. And that irked me a bit. But it was a fun watch. It was cool. The acting was also pretty cool, and the cinematography. And I like in general, I really like the Korean industry, the movie industry. They do a lot of good for cinema currently because the West is failing a lot. So anyway. Steven, I do think Kubo probably has some notes. I wouldn't mind them taking over, but I don't think they could capture his genius. Because his genius is in both combining the writing, themes, and the drawings. And he does that like no other does. So that would almost be impossible, I think. Yeah. What I would have done differently than lied. Oh god, it's hard to say now as CEO in hindsight because I wouldn't have killed Lind, like, and then he would have been saved. I also wouldn't have I would have probably also offed the whole squad after episode 25. I would have offed all of them. And yeah, I do think those are the things. Those are the things. Because and I don't know. I don't know. In the Misa episodes there were some irks I had with Light. Most of his stuff was pretty okay, but he gambled a lot. Like he wasn't the planner, he was a gambler, so yeah. I don't know. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel is that I have a PlayStation game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know if that's the same, so Kubo's editor, I think it's a woman. She works very close with him, so that might be a possibility. Yeah, but let's not. Yeah, let's not hope that happens in any way. So yeah. I mean, Akira Toriyama. I felt Dragon Ball lost its charm for me after Cell and Boo. It's just like that. I'm just this old kid that watched the Boo saga and then it was it, and then there was nothing. And all the other stuff didn't have the charm to me, so I don't know. For me, it didn't succeed, but I hope for you it did. But yeah. I haven't watched Hunter x Hunter. I do think I watched. Did I watch something? I do think I watched the first episode with a friend, but we wanted to continue and then we didn't have the time because of studying, so not really. Yeah, Berserk as well. I hope Berserk will be finished, so yeah. Bleach Anime of the Year. Yeah. I do think it's on par with Frieren. I liked Bleach more because I have a more personal connection with Bleach through all the years I've been with it, but I do think Frieren would also deserve it. So, hi Sergio, also happy almost 2025. So yeah, I hope you all had a great year and will have a great 25. So, special opening and ending, I don't know. Perhaps. Is that where they are uncloaked, like Pernita's shown? I don't know. The Death Note music was awesome. I also will probably react to the opening and ending very soon. I wanted to do it yesterday, but then my daughters didn't sleep, so I couldn't. So yeah. And also the Attack on Titan endings, I still owe that. The Master Duels is the simulator, yeah. But I'm very bad at the game and I can't do fusions and whatever. So yeah. Yeah, the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Also passed away. Man, he was also like so many of the great old manga did pass away already, so I like the idea of the new Dragon Ball stuff. Like, it's cool ideas, but it just isn't. I just grew up with Son Goku. Like, this was my first manga I read. My first mangas I read, like, in print was Dragon Ball and Visions of Escaflowne. Though in Visions of Escaflowne, I only read book 4 or 5, volume 4 and 5, because that's what my library had. I had to lend it. I never had money to buy books, really. And they had all of Dragon Ball, and I read all of Dragon Ball in the library. Save for the one where the Red Ribbon Army is defeated, that volume, they didn't have it. I don't know if someone didn't return it. Dick. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. Psychopaths don't really gamble. They normally plan really coldly and calculatedly. And Light did as well, but Light wasn't as genius as he thought he was. He was very genius, but like L was beyond him, Nier was beyond him, so yeah. Stephen Moore, I do hope they will keep that scene, like, because they are very good with title. It's just a stylish title card and it's a meme. And it's probably gonna be episode 1. Like, episode 1's gonna be probably God of Thunder. Yeah. Yes, Feuriges Siegelstück. The author of Yu-Gi-Oh!, as far as I know, did die while saving another life. That someone drowned, yeah. Heroic person. I do remember that now, yeah. I do think that's what I heard. I don't know if it's correct, but it's what I heard. Death Note replicas, that sounds cool. They probably have some on anime conventions. I might go to the anime convention in my town here in Leipzig. And the Animagic. I went to the Animagic when I was in high school twice or 3 times. That was awesome. I met some cool people there, man. There was a Bleach group on the Animagic that year with so much fun. It was so cool, man. Generation Next, I've only seen the first few episodes because they were on German television and I couldn't watch them because I had exams and stuff, so I never really finished that. So yeah. I don't know. Anyway, I do think I have to go to sleep though, because it was a very stressful day, but it was so much fun to do a live stream again. And as I said, I hope my children will sleep more consistently this year. They are starting to walk soon, I think. And anyway, Mr. Robot, no, I have to watch that. It's also something I have to watch. So, man, so many things. But I mean, I do hope next year we will get to 20K. That's my goal. 10K was the goal of the channel, so we broke it, but now it's 20K. So I might do a big live stream for 20K again, some gaming and streaming perhaps, and yeah. So yeah, I should stream more again. I should read Tower of God again, and yeah, I know, like, but with 2 children, sometimes content is I can't produce as much as I want. So anyway. So I hope you all have a great end of the year. I wish you all the best and have a happy 2025. And I hope we will get to see more new stories together. And I hope you will enjoy my book as well. And consider supporting the Kickstarter. I will also probably put the first third on Patreon for free of the book when it's in a rough, when it's in a shape that I'm like, yeah, you can read that part now. Anyway. So, yeah, Warhammer 40K. Yeah. Good night. Guten Rutsch. Yeah, that's what we Germans say. Guten Rutsch ins neue Jahr, which means slide well into the new year. But it also has a double meaning. It's like go slide on ice and break your neck, so to speak. I always make fun of that when people say Guten Rutsch, but anyway. Yeah, better not give my name in case of Death Note. Rest well. You're awesome, all of you. And I will see you around very soon. And take care of you as well. Don't drink too much. And have a happy end of the year. And see you around. Bye.